Well, not really, Bev. We have to look at who Travis King is, and North Korea would have evaluated who he is and decided he's not really much value to them. This is a low-ranking officer with the United States, and we have a look back at how he crossed into North Korea. He was stationed in South Korea, and he was meant to be deported back to the US, where he had been facing assault allegations in South Korea, so he's due to go to the US to face disciplinary action. Now, instead of boarding a flight to the US, he actually joined a tour group of the demilitarized zone and crossed the border into North Korea. And so then in the past few months, we've been waiting, when will North Korea release him, if they will release him. Well, many analysts really pointed to a few themes here that, as I mentioned, he is a low-ranking officer, so didn't really have much value and much information to share with the North Koreans. And also, he was an alleged criminal due to face disciplinary action. So that would have been another strike against his name. All we really know is that he did talk about facing maltreatment and racial discrimination in the United States Army, but he supposedly has admitted to the crime of crossing the border illegally, so North Korea says he's got to go. The other part as well to keep in mind is that North Korea has made it abundantly clear they don't want anything really to do with the United States at the moment. They've been launching this record amount of ballistic missiles for a year and a half. They're testing new satellite capabilities, they're building new submarines. Kim Jong-un, the leader of North Korea, just met with Russian President Vladimir Putin and vowed to build up their military cooperation. They've set this path which puts them at odds with South Korea and the United States, and there are already sanctions on North Korea. And they've really made it clear that's the path they're on. They're going to build their military and build their their missile arsenal as much as possible. So there's really no point in their eyes to negotiate with the United States. So really, Travis King was not a bargaining chip that they were interested in using anyway.
Yeah. So we don't really know when he'll be released, where he'll go. Do we know what's next?
No, we don't. North Korea was quite light on detail, other than what I mentioned earlier, that he's claimed maltreatment, racial discrimination in the United States, admitted to the crime of crossing the border illegally, and they've decided that he will be expelled. It was a rather short bit of information we've got from North Korea. The question, of course, is how and when. Well, the demilitarized zone is obviously heavily fortified, but there are some obvious places where the handover could occur, and that includes the joint security area. Now, this is that area where those famous blue buildings are, and this is actually where he joined the tour group, and that's where he was able to cross in the first place. We have had handovers before. The US President Donald Trump met Kim Jong-un there. South Korea has sent back alleged North Korean criminals from that point. So that seems like an obvious location, but we don't have really any details about when this is going to happen. But it's really, again, it's all up to North Korea what they want to do with him now. They're not going to be rushed on this matter, but we'll just have to watch this space, Bev.
Good to talk, James. Thanks for that update.